Hi, everyone. How you guys doing? I am so excited to be here, and I think it's been an amazingly energizing last few days. So I can't say enough about this, and I'm going to just say it right now. Go WorkHuman. So I'm now going to ask you guys to do the same thing. 1, 2, 3. Go WorkHuman. I'm an entrepreneur. And what do entrepreneurs do? Entrepreneurs fix problems. They identify problems and they fix them. And so I have spent a lifetime working with and for women. 5.5 years ago, I started Reach Higher. Focused programmatically on working with corporations to bring great talent back into the workforce with training and jobs and support so that they can have a roadmap for success and it can positively impact their lives. There's been a lot of discussion around leaning in. Sheryl Sandberg did an amazing job of bringing this conversation to all of us. But I believe we need to give women more to lean on. There's too much pressure, and we need to give them more support. Focusing on the problems isn't good enough, and honestly, for the last 5 years, the same reports come out showing the same information. We need to just start fixing them, and we need to do experiments, and we need to do trials, and we need to do pilots, and we need to be creative and innovative to get the talent that's sitting on the sidelines, the talent that's leaving our corporations, better served, better engaged so that they can move forward. We need to do better, and we need to do something to change the trajectory for women in work, and we need to do it now. I believe the path to leadership for women is not a road less traveled, it's a road less offered. And we need to meet women wherever they are with whatever capacity they are able to bring. We need to give them the tools, the confidence, and the opportunity to do the best they can and to contribute in ways that are positive and engaging. We have to do something or nothing is going to change. If we stay at the pace that we're at right now, in 10 years, we will move the needle 1%. 1% more women in different levels. If we're able to move the needle and hire and promote women at the same amount as men, 10 years from now, 48% of the workforce in management levels will be represented by women. So that's either massive change or no change. We really do need to start doing things differently. So I'm going to now turn my attention to the positives. 5 ways that I think we can make a difference to change the outcome and address professional women today. So number 1, we just have to start earlier. I think you might have heard that in my talk. Everyone knows about all those high potential programs. You get to 5 to 7 years out in your company, and maybe in your company it takes 10 years to be in this leadership group that gets extra opportunity to get some leadership potential and support. Why are we waiting that long? That's a long time to wait. And guess what? We just know that millennials aren't waiting on anything. So what are we missing here? So there's just too few left, and it's just too late. So, in fact, 7 out of 10 millennials are disengaged at work today. And I think that we've heard this thread through many different presentations in the last 2 days. My belief is without a roadmap, they are left to fend for themselves. And guess what? This is a population that's used to having a roadmap, having lots of support and lots of vehicles to get to where they need to be. Without the positive reinforcement, being dropped into companies, being left a chance on what project you're assigned, what manager you're assigned to, what is the future of that project that you're on, we're really leaving all these high potential hopefuls that we all work so hard to identify and bring in, we're all leaving them to chance to what happens. And so we just can't do that. And so I talked a little bit about this, but we do need to look for new tools and new technologies that are going to speak to these audiences, millennials and Gen Z, and help support them where they need to be supported. And so I mentioned a little earlier about the tool that we are developing that's just going out there, all designed to help women thrive and grow early in their careers. We need to meet them where they are with tools and technologies and skills that better equip them to survive and thrive and be engaged and contribute. Number 2, leverage the power of peers and create networks of support. We touched on the only factor. Imagine if you're the only one that's in your organization that's female. I spoke to a woman a few months ago that's in Silicon Valley. She's 26 years old and she manages 40 male engineers. Imagine that. And guess what? There's nobody for her to aspire to, and there's nobody for her below her to pull along. She's kind of on her own. And that's really isolating, and that's lonely. And many of you might have been and are in similar situations. But we need to provide more surround sound support. And I'll use the word love. We heard that earlier. So we really need to help women get to the places that they need to get. Number 3, we need to be intentional. We need to be intentional with how women get offered more opportunity and challenges so that they're better prepared for the jobs that will lead them to more significant roles. We need to invite women to apply for jobs. The data shows that women don't raise their hands. They think if they're not 100% qualified that they don't actually apply for the jobs. That's a problem. Number 4, we've heard a lot about making men our partners. It's clear we won't build a new pathway for women in leadership without men. Diversity is all about all of us. Women control $20 trillion of consumer spending each year, 85% of the consumer spending. We need seats at the table. We need to be helping advance the products and services that are out there. Having more women on our teams allows us to create better products and services. Imagine having 300 million users on your platform. 150 million are women, and yet only 20% of your workforce internally are women. How are you going to really understand the needs that they have and develop the products and services that are going to speak to them so you still have 150 million women and maybe you have 200 million because you've actually grown your base? So that's an issue. So number 5, we need to build pathways that work with life's off-ramps and on-ramps. Guess what? The nature of work has changed. We've heard about the future of work, and we just need to change with it. There are a lot of detours in life. There are personal things that happen to us. There are professional things that happen to us. People move. People get sick. People have complex family environments, and people are interested in having new challenges. We need to meet women where they are so that we're able to maximize their potential and ours so we have the creativity and innovation we need.